Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome to my Cats and Dogs add-on overview. If you don't know what my custom content add-ons are, it's basically where I just go through and create a few additions to the build by catalog of a specific pack, in which case Cats and Dogs, just in an attempt to make the pack feel a little bit more complete. Since we all know that EA sometimes likes to give us furniture sets with missing items, with one of the more recent examples being the missing single bed in Enchanted by Nature, among other things, since it seems like that pack was actually missing a few more things than I thought. Also, before we begin, feel free to use code IllogicalSims when making purchases on the EA app, as it does help support me and my channel. But yeah, anyway, let's just jump right into build mode. We are in build mode now, and starting off with the seating options, we have a 3 tile wide and 1 tile wide version of the park bench that we got. And we have the love seat version of the sofa and armchair set that we had. I don't know why we didn't get a love seat with this, but you have a love seat now. Also, before we get too far into this, the swatches of every item in this add-on is basically the same as the original object, so you can rest easy knowing that you will be able to use them together seamlessly. And then to the table options, we have a new table set, which is made from the coffee table, which I really liked. So I turned it into a dining table set with all the same swatches. And then over here, we have a 3 tile and 1 tile version of the rustic classic dining table that we got, and a 2 tile and 1 tile version of the 3 tile wide wooden dining table with the same swatches. Moving on to the desks now, we have a new bright colored desk, which is the same style as the kids themed stuff in the pack. So they have the matching main wooden color, as well as a matching stool to go with the desk as well. And then I turned the really nice hallway table into a desk as well, since I really liked that hallway table and figured it would make a really good desk as well, since it has that really nice wooden framework. And then I just made a small version of the existing desk in Cats and Dogs, since I know a lot of people in my base game add-on video commented saying that they really liked the fact that I made the 1 tile versions for all the desks. Sometimes you just need a small desk. You don't really need a big desk for a corner, so yeah. Moving on to the cabinets now, I have 2 new TV units made from these cabinets, so basically there is a spot to place a TV. This one just reminds me so much of my grandparents' house, since they had one of these in the dining area, or their like sort of casual dining area. It's pretty simple. I know that I made something similar to this. I think it was pretty much almost exactly the same as this 5 years ago as one of my first ever mesh edits. So you can actually now uninstall this, since this is a more lightweight and complete version, I suppose you could call it. It just has better optimizations compared to my older version. But yeah, same swatches as the original object, and there is a clutter slot down there. I will just quickly show. Yep, clutter slot just like the original object, but I did move some stuff around since there was not enough room to keep all these items in the shelf if I were to put the TV in there. So I moved them downstairs, or I moved them to the lower shelves. Onto the dressers and similar units now. We've got a dresser, or I guess it's just a storage unit, made from the aquarium, since I just saw this and thought to myself, okay, this is actually a pretty decent shelf. I'm not a shelf, a pretty decent cabinet slash storage unit. So I just took the aquarium off of it and turned it into a dresser. So it functions as a dresser. You could probably place this anywhere, honestly. It would make like a good entryway unit, I guess, to put like clutter on. And then over here we have the end table, which I thought was really nice. So I turned that into 2 different kinds of dressers. You have the wider dresser and the taller dresser with clutter slots on top. And it just obviously shares the same swatches as the original object. Same with the aquarium, same swatches. And I also turned it into a TV stand, so you can place the larger TVs onto here, since these 2 units can only fit in the smaller TVs. So I made this so you can place larger TVs. And then moving on to the clutter, we've got just the separated version of the clutter that was on the corner piece. My parents' knickknacks. But yeah, I just separated them. They don't actually have any swatches since the original object had them all use the same swatch, so unfortunately no extra colors, but I just figured it would be a cool idea to separate them just so you can have more clutter options, since I feel like there's no such thing as having too much clutter options when it comes to building. And then onto the picnic table now. One of the picnic tables that we got with cats and dogs comes with an umbrella. But one thing you can't really do is change the umbrella color independently of the picnic table. So I decided to separate them, so you can either choose to even not use an umbrella, or you can even use the umbrella for a different dining table or picnic table. You will be able to change them independently of each other now, so you have more freedom when it comes to swatches. And then in terms of pet furniture, we have a complete set of wall-mounted cat beds. So you have a combo which has 3 beds in one, and then individual pieces so you can place them individually. I did this because if you tried to place cat beds like this, the cats wouldn't autonomous, like you could ask them to lie down and they would lie down on the third and second level cat beds, but for some reason they wouldn't autonomously use them. So I made a combined object so that your pets can use them all autonomously if you want to have them stacked like so. But if you have them separated like this, they will have no problems using these autonomously. And then I have a wall-mounted cat scratching post. I will point out that this is decorative only. I just figured it would be fun to be able to place them around the cat beds. But yeah, that's it for the main furniture. But now we can move up a level and we'll find some curtains. So one thing that I don't like about curtains in The Sims is the fact that if you want to place them against corners, there's going to be a lot of clipping and glitches and whatnot. So I wanted to try and reduce that pain by creating a modular curtain set for the curtains in Cats and Dogs to start with, but I do plan on expanding them to different packs in the future, since I've always wanted to have modular curtains and now I finally had the opportunity to make some. So I do plan to continue this in the future for future packs that I make add-ons for, especially base game, since I did notice while making the add-on that the curtain, at least this curtain set in Cats and Dogs, actually has the same model as the base game curtain. I'm not sure which came first, so at least for this set I will be able to make a base game version using the base game swatches quite easily in the future, because I do plan on making another base game add-on soon. I'm not sure how soon, but I do plan on making one. But yeah, pretty much how it works is that you just have the individual pieces, you can place them against the wall like regular curtains, and you can place the corner piece and they all just connect up quite seamlessly. And you can even change the swatches separately if you'd want, but I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. But yeah, that's how it works. So I used it for this curtain set, and then the other curtain set which was in the pack was this one, which is for the taller wall height. I'm not sure how often I use this one, since I don't actually use a higher wall height that often. I usually stick with the short wall height. I don't know why, I just find it easier, I suppose, to build when it comes to using that wall height. But yeah, same thing, you can place the pieces individually and the swatches individually. And since I thought to myself, I probably wouldn't use this that often since it uses a higher wall height, I did actually make a shorter wall height version. It's actually the exact same height as the other curtain set. So yeah, if you saw this and was like, I don't think I'd use it since it's a tall wall height, there is actually a shorter wall height version now as an addition. So yeah, more options to use. But yeah, that's basically all there is to this add-on. I still haven't quite decided what to start working on next, but I think since there were quite a few requests, I may work on Enchanted by Nature next. And one thing that I'll be sure to include, if no one else has made it yet, is the single bed, since a couple of comments on my previous video did mention the lack of single bed in like set that we got with Enchanted by Nature, and I 100% agree. We need a single bed. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it. I will include the download link in the description below. As with my previous add-ons which use a pack, this add-on will require cats and dogs to function. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye guys!